almost bust out into tears when they said they had a club for the members that give $10,000. Okay, come on.
They do.
They had a club for the members. He said I can't remember what the club was called, but if you gave 10,000, you were above the rest of the you were above the rest of the congregation. Come on. I see like the little things like that. And I was like, wait a minute now. Come on. Now I know you got a mega church, but you mean to tell me y'all got like a loyalty program in the church? Like y'all give 10 racks, y'all sit over here. Y'all get this kind of seating and preferential treatment. I was like, the devil is a lie. Come on. That's favoritism. We classism, favoritism is all in the same realm. Come on. When you go into work, they have that favoritism, even nepotism sometimes. Come on.
Amen.
And you're not able to function in that systematic system. Come on. The system has always been set up to be against us. Come on. So you have to know how to operate in the system. And I was like, God, where is racism in the Bible, and what is the counteraction to it? Because when you look at the things that happened to the slaves, they were reading the Bible, but they skipped over some parts because they didn't want the slaves to see the part where it said in James 2. You know, they didn't want you to see that God doesn't have a separatism of who you are. He doesn't have a favoritism of who you are. In the Bible, it talks about how the master is supposed to treat the slave and how the slave is supposed to treat the master. Come on, they didn't read that part. They didn't tell them. Let's go to Acts chapter 10. I want to start at verse 34, but of course I'm going to go up to 1 to give you some history.
It's customary.
I want to read the dramatic part first and then jump back up so you can know what happens. Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Come on. I need you to see this because, as Pastor said, there's little stuff that he's coming for. Come on. Some of us got some racism because I know I do.
Oh, bless
especially as I'm starting to get older.
Oh, bless you.
When I was younger, it was a different thing, but now that I can see the oppression of my people, come on, and the ignorance that if we stand up and say something, all of a sudden it's a bad thing. Come on, but somebody of a different race, come on, because you know they consider Mexicans white too. Come on, they think them a little bit lower, like they lower cousins or something, but they still don't get treated like black people. Come on, let's go to verse 34. Peter said, then Peter opened his mouth and said, in truth, I perceive that God shows no partiality. I'm going to tell you why he said that. Let's go to verse 1.
Okay.
Verse 1. It says, there's a certain man in Syria called Cornelius, a centurion. We can stop right there. Syria is northwest of Jerusalem. So if you go north and head west towards the ocean, that's where Syria was. Right? And still is today. He was a centurion. That means he was Roman. That means he was a Gentile. That means he wasn't Jew. So we have this man here, a certain man who's a centurion, and he was called of the Italian regiment. Come on, an old Roman. A devout man and one who feared God. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. At this time, it wasn't known for Gentiles. Verse 1 and 2.
Amen.
At this time, it wasn't known for Gentiles to know the Lord. Come on. In history, they consider Cornelius to be the first convert.
Amen.
They consider him to be the first convert into Christianity. But look at what it says. A man who feared God with all his household. Not all his heart. Past his heart. Me and my house fear God.
All his house.
Not just me. Everybody in this house that is under my regimen. That's servant. That's slave.
Everybody.
Come on. That's my wife, that's my children, that's my dog, come on, everybody in this house.
The dog even fears.
Come on, and this is something right here that was not used. Come on, in America, we're going to get there. And God, with all of my household, who gave all alms generously to the people and prayed to God always. Now let's go to verse 24. Come on, I got to jump around and show you. So that right there, when you see Peter came into his presence and said, I know that God has no partiality, because Peter was a Jew. And Cornelius was a Roman.
Yeah.
But yet God called Peter to come visit Cornelius. Come on, there's that obedience.
That's it.
Peter, I'm going to show you right here, because Peter could have got beat up coming over here. Let's go to verse 24.
Could have got jumped.
And it says, and the following day they entered Syria. Now Cornelius was waiting for them, and he had called together his relatives. Come on, I need everybody and close friends, because the man of God is coming. What happened? And their obedience led them. Come on, you got to see this. As Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, Stand up, because I myself am also a man. And as he talked with him, he went in and found many who had come together. Come on. Then he said to them, You know how unlawful, here it is, how unlawful it is for a Jewish man to keep company with or go to one of another nation. So he pretty much said, I just broke the law to come see you.
Yeah.
But you called for me. But you called for me. And so I know something had to happen, because you up here in Syria, I'm walking around Jerusalem and all the other places that I'm preaching, and somebody that's a heathen, come on, somebody that's a Gentile called for me. Come on, there's a significance there. But look at the obedience, though, that Peter had, because he said, even though it's unlawful, I have come. He says, but God has shown me that I shall not call any man common.
God showed me.
God showed me that I shall not call any man common or unclean. Therefore, I came without objection. Come on, I didn't even hesitate.
I don't have a reason to come.
As soon as I was sent for.
Yeah.
I asked then, for what reason have you sent for me? Come on, I don't even know why you called me. I don't even know why you called me out of my country to come to yours. Come on. But God showed me not to call people common or unclean. Come on. If we all equal. Come on. We all partakers of the covenant. Come on. Therefore, I came without objection. So the verse 30 says, So Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour. And at the 9th hour I prayed in my house. And behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing. Come on. An old angel showed up to a Gentile. Old angel showed up to somebody who the racist Jews thought was not able to, come on, and said, Cornelius, your prayers have been heard and your alms are remembered in the sight of God. Come on, that's heavy right there. Your prayers have been heard, and your alms, come on, your songs, your prayers, everything that you've done, God has remembered you. So that's why I showed up.
That's it.
That's why I showed up. Come on, that's why the angels show up here. When we entertain them with our worship, because it says your prayers. Come on, how many is some praying saints in this church? How many is praying for some things to go through? And God has given us the steps. He said you just got to obey. Come on, just like Peter did. Peter obeyed without hesitation because he had been shown something.
Without hesitation.
We have to obey without hesitation because we've been shown something.
Yeah.
And one of those things is to rid ourselves of the racism.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Help us, God.
Because I know that I'm a little bit racist too. Come on,
That's
I know. Because I can be sitting up in the office and be like, you know what? See.
Exactly.
See. And then I just bring it back in.
Bring it back.
You got to bring it back in. Example, the whole Colin Kaepernick situation.
You got to bring it back.
People is getting turned up for no reason. And you know, white people talk out the side of their face about what black people do.
They don't think.
And I have to sit there and be like, bring it in, because I can go. Because I can technically say in 1814, when they wrote the Star Spangled Banner, that we were still slaves. And mind you, we was on Canada's side. But I'm not going to go there. Know your history before you come for me. Amen? And that's what God is trying to work out.
Coming for us.
Come on. That's what God is trying to work out. Because that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? Right here. Let's get back into the point. Then Peter opened his mouth and he said, in truth, I have perceived that God. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't skip down.
Bless him, God.
Verse 31. And Cornelius said, your prayer has been heard and your alms are remembered in the sight of God. Send therefore to Joppa and call Simon, whose surname is Peter. First of all, he was obedient because he's the one that called Peter.
That's it.
But the thing about it is, though, look at the intricate detail that God gave him. He didn't just tell him where he was. He told him exactly where he was.
Exactly.
He said, whose surname is Peter. He is lodging in the house of Simon, a tanner, by the sea, who, when he comes, he will speak to you.
Specifics.
This is where he is. This is the house that he's in. This is who owns the house. Come on, obedience. Now, he could have just been like, no, I'm not going to call him, I'll be all right. But then look what Peter did. So I sent to you immediately, and you have done well to come. Come on. Now, therefore, we are all present before God to hear all the things that commanded you by God. Come on, we needed a word from God. My prayer is answered, and he sent for the apostle. Come on. And the apostle could have said, I'm not going over there to talk to them Romans.
Better than them. Come on.
I'm a Jew. I don't need to talk to them. But what did he do? God had to show it because everybody know that Peter was racist. Come on. Everybody know Peter was old racist. You can see it in the Bible. Ready to cut people and everything. Just jump off. You're not a Jew. Come on. That's why Paul had to get in Peter. Like, hold on. Wait a minute now.
Bring it in.
Wait a minute. Get down there and eat that chicken with the people. Come on. He had to bring it in because Peter's like, I'm not about to dine with dogs. Come on. That's what they used to call it. I'm not about to dine with these old Gentiles. But Paul was like, no, now. But you see, Peter done been changed right in here. And that's where we have to be, because sometimes we can be like, because if you look at it in Christianity, we have black church, white church, Mexican church, Filipino church, Korean church. It's all churches, and we preach the gospel in our languages, and we divide it. Come on, let me show you where God showed where Jesus reconcile the Jews and the Gentiles. But before that, let's get to this verse where I was talking about where they didn't teach us in slavery and what we need to teach our children. Because the thing about this is this: our race is going through the turmoil not just because of what they've done to us, but what we've done to us. Come on, we don't teach our kids. We don't teach our kids. I'm gonna say it again. We don't teach our kids. We don't teach our nephews and our nieces. We don't learn it ourselves. Come on. All the research that I learned about black people, I found out myself. They didn't teach me that in school. They didn't teach me my heritage, because I'm sitting here looking at why when I go somewhere, I get treated differently just because of this. Come on, you have to understand what's going on.
They didn't know.
How is it that I can have a friend that never went to college, and I have a degree, come on, that never went to college, can walk into a business and become a director with no experience. And I can have 10 or 15 years experience in that same, and they would choose him over me.
Yeah.
Come on. You have to understand how to live in that type of environment, because that's what we're in. Although we are Christian, we still have to live with the reality of the fact that we are African American.
Yeah.
And that the system has been systematically set up to detain and oppress us. And this is why Colin Kaepernick is doing what he's doing. I salute the man. Sorry, I do. I think what he's doing, going about it, I think he's going about it wrong. I think he's going about the situation wrong. You think he's doing it okay?
Yeah.
I think what he's doing is a great thing, in my opinion.
There's no law in the NFL that says he has to. So he's not breaking the law, man.
I think he's doing some good things too. Just like he said he was going to donate his first $1 million, his salary this year, to them kids. Let's go to Ephesians 6.
Amen.
Define us, amen.
To them families and to the urban neighborhoods.
And that's what they needed.
Oh God. Galatians. Amen. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Is the air on?
Okay.
Can we turn it down on like 65? Amen. Ephesians 6. Verse 5 through 9. Wait a minute, my Bible is broken up. There we go. Sometimes it's got a whole page of writing. My bad. Chapter 6, verse 5.
Okay.
Look at what it says. Bondservants and masters. Come on. This is what they skipped over. But you can also put this towards your work. Come on. You can also put this towards your work. Bondservants, be obedient to those who are your masters according to the flesh.
Okay.
With fear and trembling, in sincerity of heart.
Your boss. Come on.
As to Christ.
All right.
Come on. I'm not working for you. I'm working for
That's
God.
it.
Come on. That's the mentality that you have to have. Regardless of the race, regardless of the creed, regardless of the religion. I'm not working for you. I'm working for God. So I'm going to put my best foot forward.
That's
and it says, not with eye service or men pleasers, but as bondservants of Christ.
Come on, to be a brown noser. Come on.
Doing the will of God from the heart.
Okay.
With goodwill, doing service as to the Lord, not to men.
All right.
Come on. This is where it is. And I believe that's where some of the slaves were. Come on. Even without reading this, we're gonna work. We're going to work. But look at this here, right here. There's also an issue for the master. Knowing that knowing whatever good anyone does, he will receive the same from the Lord, whether he is a slave or free.
Or free.
Come on, this is the part that we don't get. This is the part that we don't see, whether you're a slave or free. Come on. Because how many know some are still in bondage? Come on, even in the church.
Yes.
Even in the church, going to church 10, 15, 20 years and don't know nothing about who God is.
Not at all.
Don't know nothing. Just ignorant as the day they walked in. Just as racist and rude or cuss you out in the pulpit. Come on.
Silly.
Calling you all kind of N-words and B's and hoes and everything. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't. Come on now. And then it says, and you, masters. Come on. There's a place right here. You can't edit this part out.
That's it.
You can't edit this part out. And you masters do the same thing to them. Giving up threatening. Come on. Don't threaten my people. Don't threaten them. Knowing that knowing that your own master is also
In heaven.
in heaven. Come on.
That's it.
You might have leadership here. You might have authority here. I have authority over you. Come on. In the same way. Come on. You can't treat people a certain kind of way, especially when you're in leadership. Come on now. This is right here. This is a message all by itself right here. You can't treat people a certain way.
Yeah.
Knowing that your own master is in heaven and there is no partiality with him. Meaning that don't nobody need to go get you no water because you the prophetess.
Okay.
Get your water.
Come on. I'm prophetess or prophet Shimsham. I want orange juice.
Shim.
We brought you some. I want orange juice. Go to the store. Come on. Yeah, I done heard some foolishness like that before. I need you to get me some orange juice. Somebody gonna walk. Go on to 7-Eleven real quick. Come on.
You just
Come on. Now, if you was prophet or prophetess Shimsham's armor bearer, you wouldn't even need to be addressed because you would already had the
Okay, because
orange
it would be there.
juice.
It would be there.
Because you're serving your master, as in if you're serving Christ. So Shimsham wouldn't have had to act a fool and be in this section right here where they didn't tell us this part right here. Come on, because I know that they read this Bible over and over again. Come on, this text ain't changed. So in 1812 and 1776, come on,
Same word.
same word said, and you as masters do the same too. Not threaten. Come on, I recall beatings, I recall hangings, I recall killings, I recall decapitations and getting your phalanges and stuff cut off.
All right.
But yet you stand and say that you are a Christian man upstanding with the Lord. Come on. We have to see where they skipped some things. They skipped some things. And how the whole supremacy goes on in Hollywood and over the radio and everything. They purposely pollute the dumbest songs on the radio to keep the kids in a certain mind state. The same thing. How is it that you can get on the radio and have the same song at the same place all day?
Saying something.
How is it?
How is it?
How is it that trap music got so popular?
Oh, God, overnight.
Come on. So we shining up the noose. We shining up the noose for them and putting it in the Bentley.
All right.
Come on. We got the bling for them, but in the end, we got them. As long as we can keep them thinking about water whipping in the kitchen.
That's it.
As long as we can keep them thinking about selling drugs. Come on. As long as we can keep them thinking about candy paint. Come on, I'm talking about some real stuff right here. They will never understand who they are, so they don't understand why we want to be like them. Come on, I need you to see something, because in every situation, in every circumstance, in every sport, everybody wants to be like us. Yeah. Why do you think they go to tanners? Come on, I got to show you something here. They don't want to just be regular. They got to be darker, because dark is pretty. Look at this. It's a simplistic thing like this. When you go to a weightlifting competition, what do the weightlifters do? They paint tan on their body so you can see the definition. Okay.
Come on. That's what they do.
Why do you think they be orange and brown? Come on. Because you can't see the definition of a person without the dark. Come on, I need you to see something.
Color.
I need you to see something.
I got it.
I need you to see something. I need you to see why people want to portray that Moses was a little fairer than he was when he really wasn't. He was in the midst of black people and got raised in the midst of black people, so that means his skin had to be a little darker.
Ethiopian. That's what it was.
And they forgot that Moses married a black woman.
An Ethiopian.
So what that mean? That Moses' children was a little bit black. Come on, I need you to see something. They try to show you this white Jesus that looked like a Rolling Stone character.
I ain't never seen it.
They try to show you, but the Bible tells me that his feet was bronze. I ain't never seen no. Well, I have with a 10.
Hair of wool.
Come on, I need you to see this. I need you to see the systematic brainwashing. Come on, we came from royalty. They unburied King Tut's mama. She still had her braids.
All right, come on. Now that's it. We saw
She
that.
still had her braids.
Show
They
me
just
it.
found another mummy in some other tomb that was on the outskirts of Egypt,
Had
and his
dreads.
skin was still on, and it was black.
And he had dreads. Come on. I saw that.
And then they tested it and said, this DNA is of African. Of course it is. You're in Africa. Come on. Let's see this here. And then this is why we have been systematically oppressed.
Yeah.
And then we just go with the flow. That's why I could never. When I used to rap about smoking weed, and I used to be a positive rapper though. It was never no guns and stuff. I mean, I did some stuff like that too, but it was more so I'm trying to preach to my people. You can. When I used to talk about Martin Luther King, I used to talk about Malcolm X. I used to smoke weed, yes I did, but I talked about a lot of positive things. And I'm not defending my rap. My rap was still wrong, but at the same time, I wasn't talking about water whipping in the kitchen. Come on.
Water whipping in the kitchen.
I wasn't talking about, putting a molly in my lean. Come on, this is what's on the radio. Not only do you want to, come on, you know what a molly is? You can die from just taking the molly, but you want to drop the molly in your lean too?
What's that? Is that alcohol?
Cough syrup, sipping on scissor. It's called lean these days.
Okay.
But they want to put an ecstasy pill in that and then drink it. Come on. This is what's happening down south. This is what's happening down, because the South is what's running the music industry right now. So it's the coolest thing. When you see people walking around with these white cups, that's not soda.
Okay.
Not all the way.
Oh.
It's got a little soda in it, but the rest is all drugs.
Come on, it's soda plus.
Come on. You see Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is in and out of the hospital. Why? Because he is doing this and systematically showing the children that this is what you should do, because this makes you cool.
What's the last time you put a
Because
record?
they obey that. They obey that.
This makes you cool.
Yeah.
When's the last time you put out a record?
You can't be cool without this. I love you, John, but dreads is a trend too. Yours look nice. I'm not going to go there. But it's a trend too. And so is Terry's haircut. Come on. And the box tops and all the different things that's going on. The trends of the world, they continue to share. They continue. That's why I go with the waves. My wave's always going to be trending to me. I don't care. But at the same time too, you got to see the way the world is going. That's why the Bible says be in the world, but not of. We are in the world, but not of the world. We are in the world, but not of the world. We are in the world, but not of the world.
That's it.
Because we cannot get involved with these foolish trends that are being dictated by a systematic system.
Uh-huh.
A systematic system. One of my friends, he's in the military. He's retired now. He's a veteran. Been in there for 12 or 13 years since we left high school. He said when he came to America, back to America, he said this is the only country that does not like black people.
Only country.
Wow.
He said when I go to Germany, when I go to France, come on, when I go to Asia, come on, when I go to England, he said that they shot a black man in England, and the white people rioted against the police.
Yeah.
You tried it.
And said put him on trial because that was unjust.
Unjust. It's a person.
But yet we're in a country that has systematically told us that we are lesser than. So we have to understand how to live in that lesser than environment, because according to my Bible, it says that I'm a child of the King. So you can think less of me all that you want to, because I'm still going to walk in greatness. Come on. I'm still going to walk in the blood. I'm still going to preach the gospel to you, although you think that I'm just somebody else that's going to rob you. Come on. How is it that I walk through my job and some lady clutched her purse? Come on, ma'am. You work in AP. I work in IT. I make way more money than you. I don't need your money. Come on. But that's what she has been taught. That's the stereotypical upbringing of her. I'm the one that's going to unlock your computer, ma'am.
You have to email me, ma'am.
Come on. Let's go to James 2. I need you to see this. No favoritism. Oh, God, this got me amped up. I'm telling you. This CD going to be fire, and I'm going to address some issues that need to be spoken on. Okay. Because Martin Luther King addresses some issues that need to be spoken on. He talked about injustice. He talked about segregation. He talked about, and he did it in a peaceful way. I'm not saying there was nothing wrong with Malcolm X. Sometimes you just got to step up like that. But the way that Dr. Martin Luther King brought it, he brought it biblically. They killed him for it. Is it that we are scared that we will be killed if we stand up against certain things?
Come on, become a martyr. That's it.
I'm not scared. I'm going all the way.
I don't have fear.
Because how is it that I can live my whole life and lie to people? How is it that I can live my whole life and not speak about what's going on around me and expect me to really be a man of God?
Yeah.
How is it that I can sit here and see you oppress a certain race for years and years and years and you don't expect me to speak on it? That's why I don't understand why white preachers ain't preaching about it.
Ooh. Not talking about it at all.
Because if I was a man of God and I was white, come on, I need you to see this.
Man of God. Keyword.
Man of God. Chosen.
That's it.
But could we believe that they've been systematically oppressing people? Okay.
Yeah.
As well? Mm-hmm. To benefit their need. Come on, I need you to see this. James 2 and 4. Do we need to start at 1?
Go ahead.
It's customary.
Right.
Yeah, let's start at 1, because my paper said 1 through 14. Amen. My brethren, do not hold the faith to our Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord of glory, with partiality. Here it is. For if there should come into your assembly a man with gold rings and fine apparel, and there should also come in a poor man in filthy clothes, and you will pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes and say to him, you sit here in a good place. And say to the poor man, you stand there or sit here at my footstool. Come on. You not shown partiality amongst yourselves and become judges with evil thoughts.
All right.
Come on.
Evil thoughts.
With evil thoughts. Listen, my beloved brethren, has God not chosen the poor of this world, to be rich in faith? Come on. And the heirs of the kingdom, which he promised to those who love him. But you have dishonored the poor man. Do not the rich man oppress you and drag you into courts? Come on. Do they not blaspheme that noble name by which you are called? If you really fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. You do well, but if you show partiality, you commit sin. And you are convinced, or you're convicted by the law as a transgressor. For whoever shall keep the whole law and yet stumble in one point. Come on. Here it is right here. For yet he who would keep the whole law, come on, and stumble in one point, he is guilty of all. So how many guilty people are we around every day? Come on. He is guilty of all. For he who said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not murder. Now, if you do not commit adultery, but you do murder, you have become a transgressor of the law.
That's it.
So if I am saved over here, but I still deal in classism, or I still deal in racism,
committed a sin.
I'm a transgressor.
That's it.
Regardless.
So don't be asking about black on black crime.
If I have slandered your character, but yet I uplifted my brother because he's the same skin as me, I have become a transgressor. Come on, we have to see this. These are the little things that we overlook. Come on, didn't that say that he is guilty of the law?
That's what it said.
It says, by the law as a transgressor. That means that you need to repent.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years have we gone without repenting as a country?
Oh, God.
How many years? Because it says that if you are partial, you commit a sin and are convicted by the law as a transgressor.
That's what it said.
See, this is stuff that we don't hear often. Because some of the churches would have to shut down. Okay.
Well,
Some of the churches would have to shut down because they've been wrong for so many years. Come on. We have levels. That's what that whole new level, new devil, stupid. Come on. We have levels. This is the bishop section. Come on.
It's a mess.
We want all the ministers to sit on this row here. Come on.
for what?
Now I'm not saying that it's bad. It's not okay. I mean that it's not okay to acknowledge people. Yes, you can acknowledge people, but when it comes to customary act and it becomes a routine, like how I seen on Greenleaf, if you give $10,000 a year, you get a special royalty membership. Come on now, that's some foolishness. That's foolish. But yet we have it. That brother's laid every week. And then this is what they do. They put you in the line. How much did you give? He gave $15,000. Let's praise the Lord.
That's not it. Just give the money.
How much did you give? She gave $10. Put over here.
Just praise the Lord.
Come on. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
That's why they have these prophetic lines that they come up with. Come on, I need you to see this.
Yeah.
Everybody that's given 100 or 1,000, stand here.
That's it.
Come on.
That's real.
I'm going to prophesy to everyone. But what about that person that's sitting there that really need to hear from God and ain't got a dime? Come on.
Don't do that.
But you a prophet of God? Come on, I need you to see the corruption that has happened here. The transgression that you as a prophet denied. That person that was sitting there who really needed to hear from God, and this person was paying you. Come on.
Ouch.
But you want 60% of the offering. Come on, I need you to see what's going on. We have to uproot this here as in our church. It's not that we need to fix it here. So that when we do get mega, come on, people don't see that. Because it's the little things that push people away.
That's
like
it.
if I go to a restaurant and your bathroom nasty, I'm not coming back.
I'm not going back.
Straight up. I'm coming here to eat and I come in here and smell other people's stuff.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be an issue. I'm not coming back.
I'm coming back.
How many know that happens at church too?
It does.
Come on. If your bathroom nasty,
They're not
who
coming back.
cleaning?
The pastor ain't.
It's not excellence. It's not excellence. Come on. We got to be able to do excellence to the scrubbing of the carpet. Come on.
All right.
It has to be excellent. We have to obey without hesitation like Peter. Come on. Have to be able to move. Now, somebody might say something to you racist. That don't mean that you should react racist. Come on. Just like the little thing that they put on Fox where the black man was going at the white lady and the white lady was just like, well, if it hadn't been a little, and he was back and he said, well, it's the little white boys that kill. You didn't have to go there, sir. You came here to speak on racial issues, and now y'all done got in a fight on Fox. Come on, because Fox is straight up division.
Yeah.
They straight up want to do white versus black. You have to see the pattern there because everything they report is based off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to see that. So you already knew you was going to get into some ignorance when you got to Fox anyway, and you seen him in his bow tie, and you seen him sitting across from a white lady. Don't watch it. Change the channel. Because then they got into a fight saying, well, black kids is roguish and this, because I've been a teacher. And then he said, but it's the white people that kill people in schools. That was not a conversation that needed to be had on the news. We talking about a little girl that got drug out of her seat by a police officer and slammed. That don't have nothing to do with the resolution. That don't have nothing to do with you bickering at her and all of this foolishness. That don't have nothing to do. What you should have did is said, well, you just overlook her ignorance and speak on what you came to speak on. I know it's hard. Because it's hard for me at work. When people get to talking about certain things, I'll be like, wait now. 1776, we were still slaves, so that wasn't wrote for us. Come on, come on, I need you. All men is created equal. Yeah, but you wasn't thinking about black people. I'm gonna tell you right now. You wasn't thinking about the black man because when you wrote it and signed it, you still went home and told him to clean your... Okay.
Well.
Okay. You talking about all white men was created equal. all the men that was in this room.
Yeah.
And from your creed and your generation, you wasn't talking about my people. You wasn't talking about my people. So I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. And that's like, well, yeah, I don't understand why black people. I just walk away because I can go there with you. I know history. I can go there with you. But I'm not here to fight. I'm just here to educate and tell people what's going on. My people. Because we need to know. We need to know that this partiality here, come on, and the transgressors are our oppressors. Come on. Come on. I heard the wise man said, if you have a problem with my oppression, then you're my oppressor.
Then you're my oppressor.
Come on. How many know that we got to fight against ourselves? And then we got to fight for our skin. Come on.
Yeah.
That's the reality of being an African American Christian.
A black Christian.
A black Christian. African American, African descent. Come on.
That's it.
That's the reality of it. Knowing that when you go to work that there's going to be a partiality.
Oh God.
Knowing that when you go to work there's a favoritism. I'm going to tell you like this. I work in the IT department that's global. It's a global. I'm not talking about just in the United States. Global.
Global.
But it's a United States-based company. You know how many people that are my color that work in IT?
One. Yeah.
Two. Two people. We had 4, we lost 2 because they left. 2. For a company that has 30,000 employees. 2.
Global.
Now, is that our fault or is that their fault? Come on. And I couldn't even just walk into IT. I had to get into another department first.
Yeah.
Because they seen that part that said African American. Come on, I need you to see that. Even though my name is Brian Christopher Sanders, that's why I got the call first. But then as soon as you seen that African, oh yes, we're going to have to pass on you.
Yeah.
Come on. And even when I got in the job, I excelled. Excelled on the first level. Started learning stuff that other people didn't learn. Was teaching people that had been working there for 10 years how to do that. Come on, I need you to see this. Training people. And I've been there for 6-7 months. Come on, because I'm a fast learner. I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to show you this. 2 years working in the same position. Go to IT, do an interview, gets passed up. Again. For a white lady. Come on, I need you to see this. Who had never went to school for IT in the first place, but she was just from a call center and had a call center background. Come on, I need you to see this. Mind you, I went to school for this. But the lady said, in August we're going to have a job, so we'll just hire you then. But you...
It's a job now.
I want to get into IT now. I didn't worry about it. I went on and got about my business. And then I got into the job. And I've been there. June will be 12 years.
Amen.
I've been there. And over 50% of the people that are above me, I train them. Now put that in an apple and bite on it. Come on. Over 50% of the people that I trained are seniors, are managers. Come on, you got to see the systematic. Do you think that affects me? No. Because I just go to work. Because what happens when they have a question, Brian. And I show write it down. Did this, did that. Come on, put it on my review.
Yeah.
Come on, they don't understand that review be 7-8 pages. Come on, because you got to show them what you do. Spoke to HR the other day. They still working on my raise. Come on, it's coming. I just spoke that into existence.
That's it.
You can take your time, but you will not deny.
All right.
You're not going to deny because you know the truth.
I'm looking.
You know the truth. Let's get to Ephesians 2. Come on. I'm winding it down. I just need you to see this because this is something that we have to work on as a people. This is something we have to educate people around us with. Because if we continue to go into the cycle that we're in, we're not going to go anywhere. Come on, we're going to be a church that speaks revelation to people, that speaks knowledge to people, that gets people out of bondage. And that means that's not just going to mean that we just going to have all black people in here.
No.
So we have to deal with their stereotypical upbringings
That's
and their
it.
boundaries. We have to
That's
deal
right.
with their racism. Come on, so we got to get it right now.
That's right.
And this is right now is the time to get it right.
Oh, God, help us, God.
Because look at what we're facing. Right now is the time to get it right. Right now is the time to get it right. Look at what Jesus did right in here. Ephesians 2:11. Come on, my Bible say, brought near by his blood. Come on, I need you to see this. And this is what we have to say to racism. Therefore, remember that you, once Gentiles in the flesh. Okay, first of all, not even, you got to stop right there. Paul was like, you need to remember first. Don't even come at nobody wrong. Because you need to remember. Therefore, remember that you, once Gentiles in the flesh, who were called uncircumcised by what is called the circumcision made into the flesh by hands. That at the time you were without Christ, being aliens. Come on. From the commonwealth of Israel. I need you to see this.
That's it.
And strangers from the covenant of promise. Having no hope and without God in the world. Come on, he had to say, first of all, before y'all get beside yourself, I need you to remember where you came from.
That's right.
I need you to remember how you was a few weeks ago. Come on, I need you to remember. Step back and look into the mirror. Don't get beside yourself because you think you these Christians and that you're going to treat people. Come on, I need you to see what you're doing. I need you to see where you came from, because the same ones that you're trying to win is the same ones that you came from the same exact substance. You came from the same exact struggle. Come on, I need you to see this. And then he says, but now in Christ, Jesus, you who once were far off have been brought near by the blood of Christ. Come on, how many know that? We got to preach that until the day we die.
All right.
Regardless of your race, regardless of your creed, regardless of your religion, I'm here to tell you that you were brought near and into the covenant by the blood of Christ.
That's it.
I need you to see that. Come on, because that blood going to wash your skin color off. I need you to see it. Come on, because you're going to look like a child of God after that blood wash on you. I need you to see it. For he himself is our peace, who has made both one. That sounds like a covenant to me. That sounds like a union to me. That means he said, I have washed away everything, even your race. Come on. And the thing about this is that we need to stop saying that anyway, because it's only one race anyway. The human race. We just have a bunch of ethnicities. Come on.
That's right.
Come on, we need to stop saying that. But look at this. He said, I have made both one, and has broken down the middle wall of separation. Come on. Have abolished in his flesh the enmity. Come on, that means war. Come on. Has abolished the enemies. Come on. You're no longer enemies. It's no longer Jew versus Gentile. Come on, my Bible says Jew and Gentile reconciliation. Come on, I need you to see this. There's no longer one, there's no longer two, but one. That is the law of the commandments contained in ordinances, so as to create in himself one new man. Come on. From the two. Okay. One new man from the two. Come on, that sounds like a subtraction to me. 1 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Come on. And he said, one new man from two, thus making peace. Come on, there's a peace there. And that he might reconcile them both to God in one body through the cross, thereby putting to death the enmity. And he came and preached peace to you who were far off and to those who were near. For through him we both have access by one Spirit to the Father. Now therefore you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens in which the saints and members of the household of God. Come on. You're not foreigners no more. He made you family, adopted by the blood, drawn near by the blood, having been built on the foundation of the apostles and the prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom the whole building being fitted together grows into a holy temple in the Lord, in whom you also are being built together for a dwelling place of God in the Spirit. I took your differences. I took your anger. I took your hate. Come on. Little things that we overlook. Well, I can just be angry. I can just be angry. I can be racist. You can.
No, you can't.
But you're going to be a transgressor too, if you do. Come on. I need you to see this. I need you to internalize this. I need you to really think about where we are as a body and where we are as a church. Come on, because it don't matter what other people do. It matters what we do here.
That's it.
We want to hold each other accountable. So if I step out of line, I expect y'all to step me back in. Come on. Because I can go there. Justin, you can go there. Sis, you can go there. John, you're a little quiet, but I know you can go there.
John,
Terry gonna go there instantly. Come on. And I know Victoria, she be trying to act all. Yeah, I know you too. You can probably go there too. Mm-hmm. You can, but we gotta hold each other accountable about this situation. We have to understand that even though in the face of the favoritism, even though in the face of the classism, the racism that's going to happen to us, we still have to respond differently.
That's right.
Because if you pop off, well, I thought you was a Christian. Don't that be the first thing when you cuss somebody out? First thing, well, I thought you was saved. Come on, I thought you was an old preacher. I thought you preached the gospel. Come on, they quick to throw it in your face. So I need you to be careful on your surroundings. Be careful on the different things, and we got to work on the little things, because this is obedience right here. This right here is obedience, because if we read it in the Word, now we're held accountable for it. Come on, the Bible says that we are transgressors if we commit the sin.
That's right. Go against the law.
Did you not commit adultery, also murder? Then you are a transgressor.
Oh, God.
Transgressor.
Help us, God.
Last scripture. Galatians 3. I need you to see this. But it says no longer. No longer Jew or Gentile. Come on. Give me the oh Jesus.
Get in there, God.
Come on. You got to lift the fingers. Come on. That's
That,
one thing
he said that. He said that.
3 and 28. Oh, 3 and 23. I'm sorry. I got to jump up. Come on, I got to build you a little foundation here. And then we're going to get up out of here. But I need you to see this. But before faith came. Are y'all there?
Come on, but before faith. Come on.
I'm going to wait on Justin because I need you to read along with me, sir. Oh, God. I need you to see this.
Did you really glue it? Come on.
It's after 2 Corinthians. Come on.
I refuse to.
Amen.
Okay.
Oh, God. That's why you got to get them little tabs, Justin. But we'll talk about that later.
Oh, you don't need them.
3 and 23. But before faith came, we were kept under guard by the law. Okay. Meaning we had a guardian by the law, right? Kept for the faith which would afterwards be revealed. Come on. Therefore the law was our tutor to bring us to Christ, that we might be justified by faith. But after faith has come, come on, we are no longer under a tutor.
All right.
For you are all sons of God through the faith in Jesus Christ. For as many of you are baptized into Christ, have put on Christ. Come on, put him on. When you got baptized, you put him on. That means you are all sons. Go back up there to verse 26. For you are all sons of God. He's talking about everybody. He's not just talking about black people and white people. He's talking about everybody. For you are all sons of God through faith in Jesus Christ. For as many of you as were baptized into Christ have put on Christ. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither slave nor free. There is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And if you are Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to his promise. Come on, how many done heard that before?
Yeah.
How many times have you heard it preached and lived out in front of you? Come on. It says, and if you are Christ's, come on, possession, Christ's, meaning you belong to him. Right before he said that there's neither Jew nor Greek. Come on. Didn't the other scripture say that he made them one? Come on, I need you to see this. That's why when you have sexism too, all of those isms, they make you a transgressor. Well, she can't do it because she a woman.
Yeah.
And that's where that whole foolishness came. Come on, the preacher's been sinning for years. Can't have no lady preacher.
Right.
Come on. That's sexism, sir, and that makes you a transgressor. Come on. That's what the word say. Because you have a partiality to her. Knowing she can preach probably better than most of the dudes in your church. Come on, I need you to see this.
And yeah.
Huh?
There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither slave nor free. There is neither male nor female. Come on, that's the part they skipped.
That's it.
Neither male nor female. That means that a male or a female can be a bishop. That means a male or a female can be an apostle. That means a male or a female can be a preacher.
That's it.
For you are all one in Christ Jesus. And if you belong to him, come on. That's the part I like.
Yeah.
Come on, people overlook this right here. I need you to look this. Now, you got your markers? Write this on your mirror. Then you are Abraham's seed.
All right.
Come on. If I recall, Abraham was blessed.
Oh, because he was.
Didn't the Bible say that he was going to be father of many? He's the father of many nations. I don't know how the song goes. Come on. Father Abraham had many sons. Come on, there it is. Come on. Got the kids prophesying. Come on, I need you to see that. If you are Christ, that means if you are Christ, then you belong to Abraham too.
All right.
You are seed of Abraham and heirs according to
The
his
promise.
promise.
To the
It
promise.
says the promise, but it was his promise because God promised him. So I need you to see what the promise is. This is the problem. We don't have people knowing what the promise is.
That's what
so
it
they're
is.
walking around here ignorant and unlearned.
Abraham's seed. Come on.
It says that if you are Christ, meaning if you belong to God, if you know Jesus as your Savior, then that means that you are the heir to Abraham's promise.
That's right.
Come on. That's big. People overlook that and they don't never teach that. They just be like, well, you know, you ain't ready to preach because the dress you got on. And you ain't ready to do what you wanted. Come on, I need you to see this. We have to be above and beyond that. You ain't ready because you're black and your hair is nappy. But I beg to differ because the Bible says that we all his children. If your hair nappy, then whatever.
Amen.
We all his children. We all are part of the seeds of Abraham. If we belong to Christ. Come on, that's the part right there. If. But as Peter said, I've been shown not to call a man common. That's what we got to get. That blessed me right there when I heard Peter say that. Because I know Peter was one. Wait a minute, I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to them. They're not Jews. But when he said that I have been shown, come on, that means that he had a revelation. That means God showed him. I need this to change about you.
Yeah.
Because think about if Peter was the same and that man called to him. That man, his whole household, it said his house, his family, his friends. Come on, he said my household. That man would have never been touched and would have never became the first convert. Come on. Think about the family that he had. Think about the things that he was supposed to do. Come on, an old centurion, an old Roman
Captain. Yeah.
If Peter hadn't worked out that racism, he would have never been able to speak. Now, I'm not saying that God wouldn't have used somebody else, but God wanted to use Peter. God wanted to use Peter. God wants to use us.
That's right.
So we have to be ready. God wants to use us. That's why I was like, man, I got to talk about some things on this CD. When that Out the Mouth of a Dream came to me, I was like, Jesus, this is stepping out the box for me. This is stepping out of my comfort zone. Because I really thought, as a fool, that Christians wasn't supposed to talk about race issues. Come on. We're supposed to talk about everything that goes on and show them the love of God through it and in it and around it. So what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to find out what Abraham's promise is. So you can see what you're heir of. Once you see that thing, it might change the way you think about life. Come on. Abraham's promise is massive and still continues to go on. Still continues to go on. The division that's caused over there on that side of the world is because of his seeds. Come on. One was righteous, one wasn't. Come on, I need you to see that. Read that story about Abraham. and how he didn't wait on God. Come on.
Right.
He was obedient, but he had his seasons. Come on, just like Pastor had her seasons of disobedience. We have our seasons of disobedience, but we got to be careful. Because look, thousands of years later, it's still going on. Just off of 1 second. Just off of one instance that Abraham did. It said he'd be the father of many nations. Many nations. That's nationalities. That's black, that's white, that's Mexican, that's Japanese, that's Korean, that's Chinese, that's Filipino, that's Vietnamese. Come on. That's Hungarian, that's Irish. Many nations. We can't segregate people because of the color of their skin. We can't segregate people because of their ignorance. Because you're going to come across some ignorant people. Both black and white. Both Mexican. Come on, we done came across Donald Trump every day. He ignorant. Hillary Clinton is ignorant too and a liar. Come on. And that's just on your TV. What do you deal with when you go to work or you go to the store? You don't even really talk to those people. They can be ready to look at that. Look at him. Oh, I guess can't stand black people. And they ain't even said nothing to you. But he got an issue because you walked in the store. You ain't even paying attention to him. Come on. This is the world that we live in. We have to be aware of that situation. But we also have to be aware that we're all his. And that regardless how somebody treats you, that you have to display the love of Christ to the fullest. That's what I'm working on. That's what we should all work on. Amen.